Welcome to On the Edge. I'm your host, Kelley Wentworth, and I have today with me Abi-Maria, one of my favorite people, not only that I have played Survivor with, but just in life. What are you eating, babe?
You know, we got mothers on last season. And you know what I'm thinking? I want to be a successor. I want to snitch Sandra's crown. But anyways, introduce me. We got a lot to get to.
How this conversation is going to go. I love you so much. Yes, Abi-Maria, the queen, the Brazilian dragon. I think this is a perfect episode to recap with you because there were so many sassy moments. And we can talk about some of the things that you've experienced on Survivor too.
Yes.
If you want.
Sure.
But I'm so excited to have you. I feel like we just have so much to talk about. It's going to be a good time. I just want to more so talk about kind of the funny stuff. There was a lot of conflict. I feel like that's the title of the episode, a lot of conflict. And it's just going to be fun. So, Abby, how are you, by the way? Let's start with that. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know.
How are you?
When you called me on my cell phone, I was just so excited. I couldn't. I picked up my broom that sparked over there in my kitchen where I put on my calderon. And I was like, of course I want to be sneaky with Kelley. Are you kidding me? But no, all jokes aside, life is so good.
What are you doing? What are you doing these days?
What am I not doing? Right? What am I not doing? I'm back in school. I'm getting a minor in social and behavioral science. I'm getting a major in business management. I just became certified a yoga instructor. I'm in love. I'm good. I'm thriving. What about you?
You are thriving. That's one thing I always know about you. I think, by the way, everyone, we are going to be talking about season 47, episode 3. I'm sorry. But, when Abby and I get together, we just start talking about anything and everything. So don't worry. We're going to talk about it. But one thing I love about you, babe, is that I think people on TV don't really understand you. There's so much depth to you. You do so much. I remember meeting you before and having dinner, and you've done real estate, and you have started your own businesses, and now you're doing yoga, and you're going you're amazing. So I want you to know that. That's just all I wanted to tell you. Because I feel like I don't tell you enough.
Thank you so much. I mean, I do have that hustler mentality, right?
You really do.
I came here looking for opportunity. I've been climbing that ladder, and America has been nothing but wonderful to me. So thank you for, understanding and noticing and seeing it. And it's just what makes me feel alive and look so young at 45, right?
Girl, you're hot. Look at your dress tonight. You look so good. You came all ready, and I'm in my sweatshirt, and then I see you and I'm like, oh my God, Abby is damn, dude. I look like a scrub.
Perfect. So whatever.
No, I love it. You look incredible. So, okay. So life is good. You're watching Survivor. What do you think about the new era overall? How are you feeling? I don't think I've talked to you about these new seasons. Okay. Oh, good. Get out the notes, girl, please. I'm here for it.
I got notes for you. How do I feel about the new era?
Mm-hmm.
Contrary to popular opinion, I actually do really like the new era. I love how the game of Survivor has evolved and progressed and grown. Yes, I do appreciate past Survivor and the beginning of it all, but to be able to grow with the whole franchise and the game, I feel like I have grown so much since the first time I played Survivor. When I think about that girl, I have nothing but love and compassion for her, but I'm not the same person. And I feel like the game of Survivor has done the same. So I have a very contrary opinion. So I actually enjoy it. And I feel like I just want to nurture the new Survivor players because they're such cute rookies. Come on. Can we talk about
Yeah, let's talk about it. Who do you want to talk about first? Who do you want to talk about? Andy first? Do you want to talk about who you got on your list?
Oh gosh, I have a lot of folks on my list. Romeo, star of the whole season.
Okay, you like Rome.
I do. I love Rome. Rome is like me on Survivor Philippines. Clueless, no awareness, but dude, I made it to
You did. You're a boss.
It's
You did.
all about reading the signs, listening to your instinct, and adapting. Survivor is not a game where there is like a formula that guaranteed the formula that you're going to win. So I love Rome. I am enjoying watching him. I mean, that scene with the fish. Do you remember me on Survivor? A huge clam. Everybody was talking shit, doo-doo. I don't know if I can curse in your podcast.
You can. Yeah,
All
there's
right.
no rules
So
here.
I thought it's like Jonny Fairplay is like attached to this. I can curse. Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
So I'm like, that is like me on my first season. But like, all right, I have a lot to say. Let's talk.
Yes. Okay, so I'm with you. I think Rome is such an interesting character because I know that the producers are just having so
like
much
having
fun
a
with him.
hard-
Wait, what did you just say hard on?
Yeah, I mean, come on, what are you? They're giving you so much storyline. Like Rome is giving them so much material.
I know.
Imagery, like metaphors. I mean, the guy is like, he wants to be like Boston Rob's. Like that is Survivor Gold. That's what we call a Survivor star. I love him. And you know what? I'm with him. He's the only one cooking around camp and fishing. Nobody's helping him. So let's see if his lack of awareness is actually a mastermind move or if that's going to shoot him in the foot. Because we don't know. Because it's all about the different types of personality. It's like a puzzle cap. You know.
I know, girl. I know. And that's what makes Survivor so interesting is because we do go on and you are just put on this island with people you've never had a conversation with. And I think we can both agree in real life, you're not going to get along with everybody you meet. There's a reason you have really close friends and acquaintances and work partners and things. I mean, you're just not going to. So it's so funny. I know producers love him. I think from an entertainment perspective, I love him.
I love him too.
If I was out there with him, I might feel differently, but just watching and wanting to be entertained because I don't know how you feel, but I'm not a math girl. I'm not a numbers girl. I'm never going to run every single scenario. And what about that vote and that? Obviously, you have to have an understanding of where votes are going and how the game works. But watching it, I just want to see fun TV. And that's what Rome is.
And when you're out there too, it's almost like you're living in a dreamland. You don't really like. It's so hard to think so fast. Like you don't. Like, I mean, would you rather be there with somebody like Rome or somebody like Annika that is so smart and like it has like solutions for everything? What would bother you more?
I think with Rome, it's easier because you know what fuels him. You know that he just wants praise. He just wants, it's kind of a lot like Andy, to be honest. He just wants to feel like, oh, the things I'm talking about are being recognized and I'm like so great at this stuff. And I feel like if you know how to work with that kind of person, it's actually very easy.
Yeah.
And if you're annoyed with somebody on Survivor, like Survivor's not really about you. It's about the other people.
And that's something that I had to learn. I had somebody, because both times I played, I'm like, oh, but this and that. And then like somebody looked at me. I don't know if it was my therapist, but she's like, have you ever thought that it's not about you? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe it's not about me. And the moment that I started investing on myself and, gaining knowledge, it just became also clear. It's a TV show. There are so many moving pieces. It can't be just you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You're 100% correct. Yeah. And I think the people that are going to do well working with Rome are the people that just kind of let him do his thing and accept it for what it is.
Yes.
And just, that's just Rome is Rome.
Rome
but
is
great
Rome.
television.
You
so let us live.
Behind Rome.
Just let us live. But I do want to talk about that scene a little bit, the fishing scene specifically, because it was so funny. And you said something earlier about, he had a right to be upset because no one was cooking. And I do think it was interesting because we've both played Survivor and there are kind of roles. Like, people will go out and go fishing, Joe on Cambodia. And that meant that a lot of times we were in camp, like making the rice or keeping the fire going or getting the water, And so when he came back with the fish, we weren't going to be like, oh, now you have to do these 5 other tasks.
gotta be
And
grateful
so,
and appreciative, right?
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And just take what you can get. Now, he did eat the fish, though, which was so funny.
Oh, that
He's
was
like, I'm...
hilarious. And when he's licking his fingers, snacking, I was just like, oh my God, that is literally me when I came back from that award challenge. And I'm like, calling myself Cinderella and everybody at camp peasants. But that, like, when you're out there, you're just so clueless and lacking so much awareness that you're just like, you know, I mean, so I have a lot of compassion for Rome. I identify with Rome. I'm enjoying watching Rome. And you know what? Rome has Mamba mentality, girl. He is the closest. Rome is watching that Mamba mentality. Villains have more fun. Let's go.
And you know what, Abby? I think he is a villain. And Jeff said no more villains on Survivor, but this is villainous behavior. To eat the fish.
Said no more villains on Survivor, but Jeff is the biggest villains of them all. Come on, spicy Jeff. I think Jeff's like the uncle that you don't want to listen to, but you know that he's kind of right, but then you villainize him. So
okay, that's fair.
I think that Jeff just wants it not to be evil, like
fighting, yelling. Yeah, I think he doesn't want that kind of villain, but I think he's here for
perception. What is
naughty behavior?
Like perception, right? Hindsight's 2020 is all like, I think that if you're intelligent enough and you understand different levels of villainous, I think that you and Jeff can like have a good banter and like joke about it. But you have to kind of like have some sort of awareness. And I think that Rome does have that. So to me, he might be a wolf in sheep's clothes or a sheep in wolf's clothes. It all really depends on how you look at it. He might be our mastermind, but I might be wrong, and I may be eating up my words next episode if maybe he gets voted out, but I don't think he would.
I think it's so interesting because everyone's annoyed with him, but they're choosing to work with him because the Survivor gods are just like in his favor. Like he got the idol, and then he went on that quest. I call it a quest, but he went to climb that hill, and he's the only one of the three that gets the steal a vote. I mean, it's just like, it's almost like again, we say the Survivor gods. It's almost like they are like praising him for his chaotic behavior. Like they love it. They're like, Ro, we love you. They love some Rome. So I'm just excited for next week. Let's just continue the chaos. I'm here for it. Oh, girl, you eat those grapes. You get that little snack.
Candy grapes. They're so good.
Wait, what are cotton candy grapes?
Never had cotton candy grapes.
Okay, now I feel like I'm like Sam with the foods I haven't tried. What are cotton candy grapes?
What was it Stephen Fish calling it on Second Chances? I'm having what kind of
gastrointestinal distress.
Gastrointestinal distress. And
yes.
I'm thinking, does Sam even go to the bathroom?
Well, he might drink coffee. Maybe apple juice.
Damn.
That can really, I
don't even want to think about that image, about that Coconut Grove imagery. No. That sounds like hemorrhoids. I'm sorry. He's pooping rock.
I just think it's so crazy. It's not really, I think it would have been.
Girl doesn't even know what a broccoli is.
Well, okay, it was broccolini, which is a little more exotic. Fine. I will give him that. The watermelon for me was the strangest one. I guess it's more of like, I'm more curious as to why he hasn't tried them. I could see if he had tried them and just said, oh, watermelon's not for me. I've tried pineapple, not for me. It's just so, I need to know more. Like, I feel like I need to DM Sam and be like, please, why? Tell me more. I'm just so curious.
Well, besides his lack of veggies, I like him. I think he...
I do too.
Yeah, I think that he's a very smart player. I think that he's looking ahead. He's looking at the bigger picture, right? But I noticed that he has a lisp. Did you notice that?
I did.
I did not notice on the first 2 episodes, but I noticed on the third one. So I'm like, oh, he's a little lisp. He's so cute.
He is so cute. Well, and he's having to defend his relationship.
Oh, and I love that too. Love that.
Yeah. He's like, honey, at home. I think her name's Hannah, maybe. I swear I'm not having an island relationship. Like, I promise. That's the worst, though. That's the worst, because I did talk to Arlen about this in the car the other night. Or, well, I guess the show was last night. We talked about it maybe today, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, man, that's so interesting, because it would be hard if I were watching you on TV and I saw people assuming you were in a relationship, even if it was just a working relationship, but the perception is reality. And that would be kind of strange. But obviously men and women are allowed to work together and have close alliances. So it's like, oh my gosh, I just felt so bad that he's like, babe, I swear I'm not doing anything wrong.
Good for him that he defended that. That's good. That made me even like him more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Sam's great. I've enjoyed him so far. I did think the Annika drama with the bamboo, the bamboo, and then the clothesline. Oh, he was so annoyed. He was so annoyed.
Like hurt your back on bamboo or get bitten by rats and the sand cockroaches are terrible. Like,
oh my god.
I think that the elements are getting to Annika. And that's like, she needs to be able to get over that. And I think that might be her demise. I'm really Team Annika too. Love her. I think she's a strong girl. I'm rooting for her. But I think that the elements are getting to her. Hopefully she'll be able to mend that with Sam and not flat all of, like, that's another thing. Like, she's lacking that boss babe awareness sometimes, and I did the same mistake, so I'm like a guilty person here. Watching from my couch is so much easier, right? But yeah, when you're in the moment, like, I think that if I was Annika, I would take a few steps down and kind of let them shine, and
yeah, it's one of those where I think it's hard when you're in the game. You maybe don't know, and it's the same situation with Rome, you maybe don't know how you're coming across to people. And you just said it. Oh, it's easier when you're watching from your couch. And it's so true. And of course, we're sitting here judging the episode, and there are fans every week that judge the players and all of that. But it really is true. When you're out there, it is such a different experience. And it's so hard because you have your own experience, and you can't really see like how other people are perceiving you. And then sometimes, I don't know how you felt about this, Abby, but when I got back and some of the confessionals that I saw people say, I was like, oh my God, I had no idea that
I didn't watch them. I didn't want to watch them because I knew it was so terrible. And
babe,
the bonds I created with some of the people there, like Hugh and Sierra, were real bonds. I really love you guys. I think you guys are amazing. And I don't want to hear you guys talking shit about me because I talked shit too. But I
heard it, but it wasn't like a playful. I was never like mean or
talking shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like what I tell people, it's like you're living in a little community that you just built. You meet people, and it's such a micro little community, and like they're micro little moments, and it's just like you become a family. And come on, family, we irritate each other, but nobody can talk shit about you to you, right? Like, me and my brother, we fight all the time, but I can talk shit about him. Nobody else can. I will absolutely be 100% protective of my family, like I am with any one of you. But yeah, we had some hardcore moments. We're fighting for $1 million. Are you kidding me? It's
exactly.
You can change anyone's life. I don't care who you are.
So true.
And
yeah, it's
Survivor. We all have egos. We all have like interesting personalities, or we wouldn't be there.
And that's the thing too, is that you're not cast on Survivor if you don't have a big personality in some way. It doesn't mean everyone's going to be the loudest person, but everyone definitely, I mean, people who play Survivor, for the most part, we, either think highly of ourselves or love ourselves or have a big, think we're fun or think we're funny or we're good at something. I mean, that's what makes good television. That's what makes good conflict on the show. And so those are the types of people that they cast.
Yes. 100%. So I'll sit here, I'll judge, I'll talk about everyone's gameplay, but I'll leave it at that. It's a gameplay. Like in personal lives, I don't know people like that in their personal lives. I know that we as humans, we're all just trying to do the best we can. And when we have grand opportunities like being the OG reality TV show, I mean, you do whatever you can to just succeed. So I understand that, and I appreciate Rome. I think he's giving all he can, and I appreciate all the other players out there too. But it's just like, gosh, Survivor to me is like, it's a moment to moment thing. It's like so much luck. It's just thinking a few steps ahead. It's a huge board of chess, and you just have to catch before you get caught, and it's not easy doing that because you got the elements, and you get other people's feelings, and you got doubts, and you're hungry, and you're thirsty, and you don't sleep at night. Girl, I am nobody before 10 a.m. Like, are you kidding me?
We're the same. I mean, I literally have to unthaw. Like, people that get up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym or go for a run, I could never. That is so impressive to me. I'm like,
the cameras around, you feel like a zoo in the you know, like, there's so much stimulation. I mean, oh gosh, I'm taking a psychology class right now, and we're just studying consciousness. It's awareness. It's all we're talking about. So it's very interesting that how the brain works, how it stimulates you, and it takes over your brain. So it's not that simple. So we shouldn't judge the players like that. But we can talk a little bit shit because we understand and we're alumni. But please, Survivor fandom, be very kind and nice to all of us because it's just a game.
It's just a game, and it's easy to say you would make a decision from the couch. Like you already said, you know, it's
so
that
much easier. Oh yeah, I'm making a lot of decisions from the couch. I have a lot to say from the couch, but yeah.
But we have been there, and we know how it is, and it's, yeah, I think it's totally fine to talk about gameplay or things that happen. We always talk shit. No. Wait, but hold on. You talked about comfort. We haven't talked about it yet. I want to talk about, we did touch on Annika and how she wanted the bamboo to be fixed because it was uncomfortable. And I think this is something in the show they don't really show as much anymore because I don't think they would think the audience finds it interesting. So I'm glad they are talking about it now. That bamboo is no joke. I cannot even describe it. I don't know how many hours of sleep you got a night. I would maybe get a couple. And they weren't continuous hours. It'd be like, it felt like 15 minutes here, 5 minutes here. You'd wake up, you'd have to turn. I mean, it's horrible.
And you, on top of it, had to like worry about your little best friend in your pocket, right? That you actually played it perfectly. And our newbies, our new era players are not achieving that. What is going on with that, Kelley?
Well, okay, there's a couple things going on here. Okay. I'm trying to gather my thoughts of how I want to start this.
All right.
I did enjoy how they had to find the idols. I thought it was kind of funny. It tested players of, are you going to bring people in? How sneaky can you be? I love that. I didn't love, or I don't love, the fact that they can only have it for one tribal council.
I don't
like that.
I don't get it.
Because I don't think it makes, they want good television. I don't think that makes for good television because you're going to get a situation like Gabe or Rome where they have it for one and they're just going to play it to play it.
Becomes a little confusing. They're going to play it to play it. Exactly.
Because it's going to go away. And then now we're going to have like both of those idols are gone. So we're going to have what, like another set of finding idols. It's
Come
like,
on, Survivor gods, producer 101. We love the cliffhangers.
Yes. We don't want an idol just to play an idol.
No.
So I think that's one of the things that they could change. And I know they gave them the option to like go for more, but I just think just make it a regular idol. It's too twisty. It's too complicated. And then now they've added in going to the little island and now you lose a vote, you gain a vote. It's too much.
It's very confusing. The formula is becoming like, okay, are we talking Freud? Are we talking, like, well, what are we doing here with this formula? My math is not mathing here. I haven't slept. I haven't eaten. I haven't had any water.
And that's the thing too. You can't think properly out there.
Them revealing it that they have an idol because you played it perfectly because you always kept it so secretly. And I think that that's key. I mean, I am guilty of revealing, because when I had an idol, I revealed it to everybody. So that's why I played it. But I got a lot of shit for playing it. But like, when everybody knows, you automatically are going to be a target. It's almost like you have that evil little brother next to you that you're just trying to get rid of, but you can't. So it becomes literally a curse. It was a blessing that turned into a curse. Is that karma? What is it?
In terms of keeping idols secrets, or
yes, or like revealing them. Like, well, what is it?
Well,
what's the best play?
Oh, I've always said to keep stuff you have a secret. Always, because it, like, that's the thing in Survivor, information is key. And if you're holding information that no one else knows, you can do stuff with that. But the more people know something, it's just, it doesn't always benefit your game. Now, I guess in Rome's case, he told Teeny, and these other people now know because of Teeny, and it seems to be working in his favor because they're scared to vote against Rome because of his idol and his advantage. So I guess in that sense, like, it's working.
Lack of awareness, or is that like a mastermind move? See,
well,
that's the thinking, right?
It has to be. Listen, maybe we're leading mastermind, because he didn't need to tell Teeny. He didn't have any tasks left.
Like, wasn't she right there? It was just like,
okay, no. So Rome. This is from episode 2. Rome had the box. He had already done everything. All he had to do was open the box and read what was inside it. He'd already done all the tasks. But instead of doing that, at night, he went and told Teeny. Whereas during the day, he could have just gone and looked at it and not told Teeny. So his strategy was to tell. He wanted to tell. And it's actually working in his favor now.
It is. Because Survivor is a moment thing. Like, what I'm thinking here on my whole, like, assessment of the game. And I mean, everybody tries and, like, watch all these different seasons and write down moves and strategies, but I don't think it works. I think that every game is a whole new blank slate, you know? Like, when you have, like, past Survivor players going back on returning seasons, and they try and do all these alliances, I think that can just hurt you. Like the whole
pregame alliances?
Yeah, I think that can just hurt you. I don't think that can help at all.
I agree, but now that you've brought up pregame alliances, can we please talk about Cambodia? We're going to come back to this season, but hold on. Hold on. Did you have pregame alliances in season 31?
Like, I am the devil of Survivor. I don't even anybody. You're the only one calling me on my cell phone. Okay.
You'll always be in my Rolodex, Abby. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Wait, who did you have pregame alliances with?
I didn't have pregame alliances with anybody.
No way.
No, not that I did. I don't remember. No, I don't think I did.
No way.
No, I didn't.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm proud of you.
I was always like the troll of Survivor. So I think everybody just didn't know what to do with me. Shireen, though, when we were at the hotel, about to fly out, she did send a bottle of wine to my room. But I guess she was trying to send bottles of wine to everybody. I don't know.
Nobody sent me a bottle of wine.
I did get a bottle of wine in my room. And
did you drink it?
The whole thing. It was a really nice bottle. Thank you for bringing it.
Oh my Lord. I did not know this.
People get very interesting when it comes to the whole pre-gaming thing, but I don't know. What do you know about Cambodia that I don't know?
I don't know anything. I had some conversations with people, but because you always have to take the call. If somebody contacts you, you have to take the call.
Like, you always answer the call.
You always answer the call. And now that we have season 50 coming up, I feel like it's going to be an absolute shit show out there.
Oh my
it's going to be nuts because we're bouncing all over the place, but Jeff announced season 50 almost a year ago now. Oh my dogs, what are they doing? They're back there squeaking. I don't know what they're doing. What are you guys doing?
I love it.
That's right. They're just, what are you guys doing? And so I just know, because people are already talking. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Oh, hi, baby. Okay. Hi, you want to make an appearance? Okay. Yes,
An
hi,
appearance,
baby.
the puppy.
Yes, I know you want to go for a walk in a little bit. Okay. It's like having children, Abby. It's like
Oh,
having kids.
I know.
Okay. Okay, stop. I know. We'll go for a walk in a little bit. Thank you. Was I talking about 50? Oh, I know people are already talking. There's already rumblings. There's already little, someone heard this, and now it's like starting this domino effect of this, and I'm just like, oh my Lord. I mean,
The game outside the game. No thanks. I have to live a life. Let's just like leave it for if we ever get the lack of ever being cast again, but because who knows who's gonna get the absolute like honor, right? Because imagine.
I know.
Damn.
Wait, would you play Survivor 50?
Dude, how can you say no? It's
okay, it's on record right here. Abi-Maria.
If I ever get invited to do Survivor 50, are you kidding me? Of course I would go. I would absolutely go. I think that I have grown so much as a woman, as a person, that I would love to have like a third chance. It would be absolutely an honor. I would be so grateful. I don't know if he would ever invite me, Jeff, but if he does, I would try to do the best I can to make it to the end and get the job done. But who knows? Who knows? There are
I feel
iconic players.
I know, but Abby, you're one of the most well-known and iconic villains, and that's the truth.
Well, but that's another thing. But I'm not an evil villain. I'm just like a clueless villain on Survivor.
No, I'm not saying you're evil.
So funny.
I'm not saying you're evil. No, you are. You're so fun to watch. You are always yourself. I
think that's another thing that is key for the game of Survivor. So many people think that I would never. Oh my gosh. You know, Abby, she could never. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe she could. Right? Like.
People don't think you could win?
Yeah. Maybe
I think you could win.
I think I could.
I think you could.
I think I could. I think anyone can win Survivor.
That's true. There have been so many different types of people that have won Survivor. There's not one type of person. There have been athletic people. There have been young people, old people, men, women. I mean, it's
that's
all
why
over the place.
It's a case-to-case scenario. There are so many circumstances that are out of your control. And I believe in destiny. I believe in fate. I even though Jeff hates that one as it's meant to be. He hates when we use those little quotes. But I believe that if it's meant to be your destiny, like the stars will align. The pieces of the puzzle will come together. Who knows? But yeah, if I ever get the call, and if you do too, I'll see you there.
Oh my Lord. Oh, well, I can tell you right now, I will not get the call. I will not get the call. I don't think I will be called.
Why?
After 38, I just don't think Jeff likes me.
Well, I don't think he likes me either.
Okay, so then
you never know, Callie. You never know. Wouldn't it be so fun for him to just put all the witches together and see what the heck happens? Are they going to work?
The coven is back.
But would
the
you
coven
play
is
again?
back.
Come on, you couldn't say no to Survivor season 50. Come on, just think of like season 50. That is such a freaking milestone. Just being. See, this is the thing. If it wasn't season 50, I don't know. But season 50 is it's just so fucking epic. I mean,
it has the potential to be extremely iconic. And my hope for the show is that they do it right. I think that they should change things up a bit. I hope it's not just like another New Era season. And that's not me being like shady to New Era, but I think, like you just said, it's such an opportunity for it to be something so incredible. It's season 50. I mean, this is one of the longest running television shows at this point. And Jeff is still there. He was there in the beginning. It has evolved so much. There's things about the New Era I don't like. I do love this season so far. So it's like, you know, I'm happy about that. But I think for season 50, I just really hope they do it right. And I know they're really thinking about it.
Probably mix things up a little bit. And I think it would be so epic. I feel like I'm so lucky that I got to play on some epic seasons.
Same.
I mean, Philippines, come on. Like, even though I was the Romeo of Rome of Philippines, yeah, it's awesome. I can accept now, and I can look at it and I'm like, damn, that's actually pretty epic, right? I got to play again on Second Chances, which was like, come on.
Oh my Lord.
That season, I mean, what we got to do, go through those temples, like the night challenge, the like the family visit, the auction. See, I miss those elements of old school. So if they would do that for season 50, I want to be a part of that. Fuck yes, Jeff.
I agree. Yeah, and that's one thing.
Cell phone.
Jeff, call me. The new Abi-Maria. No more bracelet gates for Abby. She would never. Never.
But then, yeah, I get so excited, right? If ever is a possibility. But then I think about like, damn. Then if you're the first one voted out, fuck. Like so much that you have to put behind, right? And then, gosh, sleepy on bamboo, and like, oh yeah, maybe on the sand, and like just thinking about like, oh God, losing like 20 pounds in like 20. It's and then hurting a lot of other people's feelings because they all, like, imagine all your wishes, your dreams, your desires, everything that you want, and you put so much on the line, and then you just go there and you're like, okay, well, it's just like that's one of the hardest things for me to do is just destroying somebody else's,
Look at your kind heart.
It is, but at the same time,
so love you, but bye.
Oh, isn't that so sad? Oh God.
Well, you know what's interesting about returning player seasons? I feel so lucky to have played on 31 because I just love the cast. It felt so special to be on with everyone that had only played one time. Everyone was so intense and wanted to win, and it was like the gameplay was so it was so hard, and I just respect it so much. I'm not saying that new player seasons are not hard, but there's just like a different intensity when it's all returning players and everyone like knows how the game works and knows how production works, and I
can't wait to watch it. Or like if the gods are thinking about me, call me. Oh God. I know the fans won that because I was just like, oh my God, the other day, when I posted about your podcast and being a guest, I was like, would you guys even want to see me? I'm like, am I that iconic? I mean, they were like, are you kidding me? We need you. I mean, yeah, but like, I can hide it and all. But don't come for me or you're that to me. I'm just saying that whoever's watching, I am a witch. You will turn into a frog or maybe a snail, and I'll eat you with ocean water.
You'll be thrown into the fire. Goodbye. Listen, I think that Sue...
No, I want to be the successor. I want Queen Sandra's crown, okay?
Well, you'd have to win twice then.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for making me very aware of my possibilities, Kelley. Right, gosh, I have a lot of ground to cover if I want to snatch that crown.
Listen, Survivor's not easy. Survivor's not easy. It's one of the hardest things. I think it is so hard to win Survivor. There's so much luck, and it's just very difficult.
But it's like bringing that into the conversation. That's so interesting because I spoke with a few past players that have played games like Big Brother and The Traitors, and they said those were harder. I'm like, what?
Well, okay, wait. Are you talking about specifically Big Brother? Are you talking about Suri?
Yes, she said it was harder. She said it was much harder. She felt like she was in a pressure cooker. Like, she couldn't even walk. At least she's like, at least on Survivor, you got the camp, you got a peek. Like, you can get some fresh air.
You can get away. Yeah.
It's Jonny Fairplay, reality TV icon, Survivor Hall of Famer, and I'm talking today about WorkMoney. WorkMoney is a non-profit organization that focuses on lowering costs and raising incomes for all Americans to make American life more affordable and American families more economically secure. They provide products, services, perks, benefits, tips, and tools to help members improve their financial lives. It's time to level up and make more money in this economy. We're talking getting rich. Now, this sweepstakes is giving away $50,000. You can use this to pay your rent, your mortgage. Imagine what you can do with all the money that you'll save. Now, this is put on by WorkMoney, and this site has all these sick benefits, and it's free. Go sign up right now and get more rich. Now, listen, you can change your life. Now, what would you do if you didn't have to pay your rent or mortgage for a year? Listen. Sign up right now for free. Link is available right here in the show notes. Check them out. Personally, I'd get more pinball machines. I'm Jonny Fairplay. I wouldn't lie about that. It's work money. More money.
We were talking about 50, but I think
But us aside, since it's not ever about you, who would you like to see on 50?
oh gosh, that's where it gets so hard because they're like if they are truly picking people from all of the seasons of Survivor, there are so many good people. It's so hard. And gosh, I see a lot of fans are like, I don't want to see people that have played multiple times. I want to see people, but it's like they really are going to have to get the right mix. They really are. And I'm excited. I will say, I would love to see Cirie. I know, and here's the thing about Cirie. I will never tire of Cirie Fields. I only watched Big Brother last season for her.
Damn! I only watched Big Brother for her.
And she was amazing.
I met her recently. I got invited to dinner at Lynn Spillman's house. Right? Right before I went to Brazil, I had hit up Cirie because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're in LA. I want to meet you. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go have dinner with Lynn. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, you want to come? And I'm like, yes.
Okay, Lynn Spillman, the iconic casting director of Survivor for many, many years. Lynn is no longer there. We're very sad about it. The Lynn Spillman.
The Lynn Spillman, yes, the queen. I don't know if you saw the picture that I posted with Cirie. So that was on Lynn Spillman's backyard.
Iconic. Okay, so you went, my mind is blown. So you had dinner at Lynn Spillman's house with Cirie Fields.
Yes, and Jared, he was there.
Okay.
And then Shane was there with his son too. Brooklyn is his name, right? Was it Brooklyn or Boston? Brooklyn.
Shane Powers?
Yes.
What's going on?
You gotta come visit.
Did Lynn make you dinner?
Next week and going to Dancing with the Stars.
Wait.
What?
Okay, we need to talk about one thing at a time. Okay. You went to Lynn Spillman's house and had dinner.
Yes.
Was it catered? Did Lynn make dinner? What's going on here?
It was catered. It was me, Lynn, her husband. Oh my gosh, another very fun fact. Her husband went to high school at the same high school that my boyfriend went to. Hoover High School in the Valley in Glendale. That's where my boyfriend's from. So yeah.
Isn't life so funny that way? These like weird coincidences.
Isn't it?
That's so strange. Wow.
So anyway, I picked up the phone when Cirie called, and I'm like, oh yes, make a room at the table for me. I'll be there. Duh. It was like a day before I went to Brazil to introduce my boyfriend to my family. And yeah, that's how I found out that for Cirie, Big Brother was much harder. And maybe I knew already that she was going to be an Australian. Maybe she was trying to.
Are you confirming something that's okay? It's already been confirmed, so you're not spilling any secrets. But yes,
now I can talk about it. I was never.
Cirie is on Survivor Australia, that will be or Survivor AU. Yes.
Can't wait to watch. I'm actually watching Blood versus Water now, where Nina just voted out Sandra, and then Nina gets a she hurts herself, and that needs to be medevac right after she votes her mom off. That was like, oh my gosh, karma's a bitch. Moment. And this is true. Sandra's gonna be my guest on Tuesday. She called me yesterday and she was like, would you like to be my guest at Dancing with the Stars to support Phaedra? I'm like, oh my god, I'll drop anything, girl. I'm trying to snitch her crown. Yes, I'll be your guest.
Amazing. So you and Sandra Diaz-Twine are going to Dancing with the Stars Tuesday to watch Phaedra perform.
To root for her, yes.
I would be on the floor dead. That is like
Girl,
amazing.
When we're done with this, I'll call you. You gotta help me pick an outfit.
Stop it.
And she's gonna be staying at my house and my guest.
Sandra's staying at your house.
Yeah, I can't. Am I supposed to even say that? I don't know. Maybe who knows? We do not have a
We're not going to give out your address, so it's okay.
I'm just trying to snatch her freaking crown, okay?
Sandra, Abby's coming for you. Watch out.
Have you seen the show Successor?
Wait, Succession?
Succession, thanks. Yeah. She's
okay,
always correcting me. This is so second chances right there. Like I say something and guys go scared. Okay, let me just help you. Let me fix for you.
I wanted to make sure there wasn't another show that you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, it's Succession.
Okay. I didn't actually watch it.
It was so
a little
good. Oh my god, so good.
My husband loves it. I couldn't really get into it myself. I'm kind of weird about shows. I just couldn't get into it, but he loved it. People love it.
We're simple girls. I know we like reality TV. When it gets a little too complicated, I'm just
Girl, hold on. No, hold on. I love crime.
Oh, duh. Do I or do I not? That's what my boyfriend says all the time. Do not even go there with Abby. She's like, I'll get home and that girl, I swear. If anybody can solve a murder, it's Abi-Maria Gomes.
Girl, then us.
Let's be the next detectives on Survivor Island season 50. Jeff Probst.
Literally, we got this. I think the detective skills specifically of women is like next level. Like you can give me a name of someone and I will find out.
So bad, and I never wanted to bring this up, but I am so bad. I have such detective skills that when Michelle and Pete started dating, he was
this is getting real spicy.
So he's still trying to hang out with me. So I was a little bit hurt by that, but whatever. Water under the bridge. I think Michelle is a wonderful girl. She could totally be a part of the coven. But this is like being a girl and being crazy, right? You know how I found out? Watching her stories. I saw his finger. I saw one finger and I'm like, his finger, motherfucker. And I just wanted to hate on everybody. Oh yeah, I'm crazy like that. I know how your finger looks like, okay?
Girl, you know those fingers.
But yeah, like there's like a scorn in the girl, dangerous.
Okay, wait. This is okay.
We're like so off topic, but it's amazing.
No, it's fine. I did not know that. I mean, I knew kind of about the whole situation, and that was a lot of, you dealt with a lot of stuff with that.
It's okay. It's water on
relationship.
It's all good. We turned the page. But at the time it was very tough for me because, but hey, life's good. I'm very happy in a relationship. I met my boyfriend back in 2022. We now live together. He just went back home with me, met my parents, the man. He's not a boy, the man.
He is a man.
He's a man. He has such social skills, and I'm like, bro, if I ever get the honor to be on Survivor again, can you train me? Because your social skills are like off the hook. Like,
wait, is he in sales or what does he do?
He's in finance. He's like,
okay,
assistant vice president of finance.
Oh, he's really no big deal.
No biggie. Yeah, no, he's a brainiac. When I took him to the whole Survivor watch party, or was it a watch party? Like the Survivor Beach drop here in LA. He came with me, and we did the puzzle together. Oh, now I can. Well, don't. If I ever am on Survivor, don't put me as the puzzle girl. But when we were playing, I beat everybody with his help.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's smart. He's like, you like puzzles. If any future Survivor players are listening to this, you got to start from the end and make it to the middle.
Okay. Were you doing what kind of puzzle? Was it almost like the fire thing, like where you had to put the piece,
the logo, the Survivor logo?
Oh, okay.
Like the slide, the logo. Like if you see the beach drop, Survivor. Hey, I would pay attention to all of that because you never know what they're going to be putting it back again. Look, we're like insane. We're crazy. See, that's what they
you never know. Yeah, our detective skills. That's what we started talking about. Our detective skills are very good.
Oh yeah, we're all waiting
Very good.
to that. Yes.
Yes.
All the
So we love
senses.
crime. So we know that now. Everyone, we don't just watch Survivor. We love crime shows.
Yes, we love crime shows.
We do.
Yes, we
and
do.
podcasts. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's all amazing. I'm so glad we talked about all that stuff. That's so fun. It's so fun to go back down memory lane and talk about the what ifs of 50 and like, oh my gosh,
I'll FaceTime you with Sandra on Tuesday when she gets here. I mean,
please
I
do.
like, when she called me, like, Dancing with the Stars with you? Oh my, like, yes.
Y'all are going to be stars there.
I'm going to steal the show.
Wait, what are you going to wear?
I know, something, I don't know, I was asking Sandra that. I'm like, what should I wear? I have all this.
Some sort of dress.
Yeah, right?
Don't you think?
Sparkles, the stars, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe sparkles. What is Sandra wearing?
Oh, she's wearing a beautiful dress. She sent me a picture. It's like a navy blue.
Oh.
Some glitter on it. Like, so when it shines, the queen. Oh my gosh, we should put a crown on her.
And she just got her braces off.
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
I'm here. Are you there?
She just got her braces off.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh.
Yes, and she just got her braces off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She just got her braces off, so she is going to be feeling herself. She is going to be on a different level.
The only reason we're like talking about her so much is because let's go back to 47. Rome brought up Boston Rob, right?
He
Do
did.
you find Boston Rob to be the king of Survivor?
I think you would have to say yes, only because like Boston Rob is just iconic. Like, you know, Boston Rob, like when you think of Boston Rob, you think of Survivor. And he established himself with the Boston hat, with like his accent.
His marketing
it's just,
I mean, you're a marketer. His marketing
yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, I mean, so I guess, I mean, I do think for me, and this may be an unpopular opinion, I think Tony is one of the best people to ever play Survivor.
With you, and that's why when we're talking about Rome, I'm like, is he clueless or is he a mastermind? Because Tony, he was all over the place too. And everybody that has ever played with Tony, the feedback is like he was unbearable. And that's basically what I think that's, I don't know. I have a feeling that Rome might be like a mastermind. I may be unpopular opinion too, but I've done a lot of things on Survivor that were unpopular that I'm seeing now in the new era. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was a trailblazer. Maybe I was a visionary. I swear, I better touch my own horn, right?
Abi-Maria set the stage for all of those to come after.
Girl, I'm coming to Dancing with the Stars, and if they don't be careful, I might be like just stealing the whole thing.
Wait, this is making me think of something. Would you ever do a different show?
Yes.
Not Survivor. Okay, because I truly believe you on Traitors.
That's my show. I mean, imagine me and Alan. I'll turn him in a frog.
I mean,
I'm joking.
This is no shade, because you know Carolyn. Is it Carolyn or Carolyn?
Yeah, you see,
Carolyn.
everybody loves her, and I have a lot of like grace towards her. I understand she's a recovering addict, but I really don't understand her. Okay,
I don't want to get into that, but what I wanted to say is that she was picked, which is totally fine. I get it. She has like a kind of extreme personality, but I was like, Abby to me is like the Traitors.
Maybe I wasn't available, Callie. Maybe I did get a call.
Wait.
I did have a few people contact me from NBC Universal, but I was in the middle of my semester. They contacted me and like, you know, I'm back in school finishing my education. So they contacted me last spring and two people at Universal. And I'm like, you know, I would love to. I need more information. I can't just drop my school right now because I dropped my school twice for Survivor. And right now I need like, you know, I'm so close to finishing it. Like this is priority for me. The only reason I would drop anything if it was for a season 50 of Survivor.
Okay.
Writers can't wait. I can come back. I will always be available.
Wait, was it
right after like Poverty and Sandra and Siri were on it, and they were like such gamers. Like we need to let it rest for a little bit.
Okay. You want to let it rest. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave it at that then.
Yes.
All right.
Remember that
Okay.
I reached out to you? I think I texted you. I'm like, did you hear anything about Trader? And you're like, oh, not yet. But you heard something about something else. Same. But we've been busy, girl. We've been busy.
Okay.
It has to be very epic for us to be available. Right?
I have said no to things. Yes.
Yeah. We have to say no to things sometimes.
Yeah, we do. It's
sometimes you just have to put yourself first.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
It's a business on both sides. You being the business, whatever, shit you have going on, like you got to put that first sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I've been trying to finish my education since 2009. And I was like a ESL student, English as a second language. So I've had to put extra effort. And when I started it as an international student, my education was even they charge a double. They charge double. So I had to go through the journey of getting my green card and then my citizenship. And then I was on Survivor. Wow, I look at it all as a blessing. But it's just I don't want to talk badly about anyone that hasn't invested on their education, but I feel that the moment that I decided to invest into my education and knowledge, I feel like it has helped me grow so much and have a lot more awareness of myself and everything around me. Going back to the season of Survivor, we can see how I wrote a note.
Yeah, what else? Okay, well, let's get back on track because I know. I'm sorry. We'll get back. Okay, and
goes back to being we live in such a patriarchy of a society that's so rooted on it, and I want to hear how you feel about the man this season.
Oh, and girl, you put your glasses on.
Yeah,
so you're getting serious now.
I cannot read without my glasses anymore. This is another thing, Survivor 50. I need to have glasses on and maybe a hat if you guys want me, because I'm old now and I don't want to have melasma. Cool, like Laura Moretti. That's what she told me. She's like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. I've clicked even if it's a witch's hat.
Oh gosh, you're killing me. Oh, you're killing me.
The whole setup is solid. Okay. Here we go.
Abby, oh my gosh, I feel like I've just laughed this whole time. Oh, you make me laugh.
So
oh my gosh. Okay, so you want to know about what I think about the boys on this season? Well, I think they're a hot mess. I think
Kelly's husband, and he goes behind you.
He just got home. Mess. He just got home. He changed into his comfy clothes.
Boys are a hot mess.
They are. But I love it. I love it because I feel like it's nice to have the guys kind of have these bad or silly edits instead of the ladies. Because I feel like it's always the ladies that are kind of seen as like breaking down or having a bad moment or not arguing, but getting in disagreements. And so I think it's kind of funny that the guys are doing that. And I also think it's interesting that we're seeing a guy and a girl conflict on each tribe. You've got Annika and Sam. You had Asia and Rome.
That's
and
true.
Then you have now Sue and Kyle.
That's right. Oh my gosh, you caught that. I didn't catch that. That's right.
So isn't that kind of interesting that that's happening? And why is that the case?
I love that. I think that maybe the Survivor gods are bringing that as a storyline because that's so what's happening in the moment right now in society. I mean, we have two candidates fighting for presidency right now, and it's a man and a woman.
That's
so
true.
I think it's very fitting that they would have, those interactions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is very wise and smart that the network is bringing that to our attention. I think it goes back to how societies are rooted in being so patriarchy. And that's why I put so much emphasis on being a witch, because witches are not bad. Witches are just women that had opinion and then they got labeled that because women weren't supposed to have a seat at the table. Women weren't supposed to have a voice. Women weren't supposed to fight for themselves. That's not what patriarchy wanted men were supposed to always be, in power and drive things. And I think that's very interesting. And I think that how sad that's only now in 2024 that's happening, that we can show the world. I mean, come on. Women in Iran, they cannot even speak. Women in Afghanistan, they're treated like a dog. So, anyways, I don't want to get political here, but yes, I think it's very interesting that the network is making that very clear, that there is this division.
Yeah, and it's very interesting.
Bad. Witches are fairies. They're beautiful beings, and they just had a voice, and they just wanted to take that away from them, just like the mermaids.
Girl, you are getting deep on me here.
Girl,
okay, you are. I need a cocktail. This is a preview of the new Abby. This is what's happening.
Just don't vote me freaking first off, man. That's another thing. I've heard that a lot of these players have gotten a substantial good amount of money to go back.
Wait, who? On what seasons?
I don't know. I can't speak that much. I don't know. I've
okay, keep it quiet.
Yeah,
keep it quiet.
Returning players have gotten good money to go back, so I don't know.
I would imagine if it's 50, that would possibly be a thing, but
who knows? Anyways, that would be nice, because who wants to be voted out first? Because when you're a newbie, right? When you're a rookie, when you're regular, that sucks. Nobody wants to be voted out before jury. That's all I'm saying.
I know. It's so true. That's kind of the threshold of oh man, at least if you can make jury. Just because I think when you make jury, you get to see the whole game play out. As someone who went pre-jury my first season.
Your stock goes up.
Yeah, it's true. It's in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Going
out pre-jury, you just...
So it's scary.
Yeah, you don't get to see everything, and you just kind of feel disconnected, I think, sometimes from the season, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. So who else? Okay, so we spoke. Okay.
I think honestly,
we haven't talked about Andy, which
okay,
is actually
let's
favorite moment of last episode.
Yeah, let's end it on Andy. I think we've talked about everything else. We know that Asia went on the vote, which was unfortunate. We don't really have to talk about how the votes went down, but we do have to talk about Andy. So let's do that. That seems like a good topic to end on, because it will be a little bit silly. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on Andy.
He won me over when he was twirling his hair. That's when I'm like, okay, Andy, I've had sympathy for you, because I feel that a lot of my reactions on Survivor came from anxiety. I had to be diagnosed to understand that. I do have anxiety. And now that I know how to handle it better. And it was very tough watching him having that anxiety attack, because I've had panic attacks before that I had no idea were happening, and I'm sure I had it on the island, and I had no idea what were happening. Now I know, and I know how to handle it. So I felt for him. So watching him interact, or just be on that scene with Annika and Sam, and then him having that grand moment that he's like, oh my God, this is amazing. The drama is not on me. Let's go. Let's what is he? He's a data analyst. He's like, let's analyze this data. Let's keep it all that. For me, that was my favorite. I mean, besides Rome being like a freaking star, that was my favorite moment of the season.
It was so funny. I agree with you. It was so funny because he's had such a rocky start, right? And he's kind of been the one that's he's been a little bit of a mess.
A mess, but I was too.
And now, though, the roles, it's almost like he's the one who's watching other people fall apart. And it's just so funny to kind of watch that change. And I also, like you, loved it when he was just sitting back and I was just what's happening here?
That was so good. I was laughing out loud.
I was too.
Oh my God, Andy, you deserve that, because you had such a meltdown. And having meltdowns in Survivor are terrible, because it's the whole world is watching, millions of people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Just to end it in a very funny note.
Okay.
I had a terrible Andy moment when I was in Philippines, and they were doing this whole commercial for Super Bowl. There was it was Super Bowl season, the Philippines. It was I think it was September, and I had just had ACL surgery, so I was laying there with my leg up and just watching it, and there's this commercial. No, and then a friend of mine calls me, and And he's like, oh my gosh, you are on a Super Bowl commercial. And I'm like, what? Is it good? Do I look hot? I'm vain. I want to look hot. He's like, sure. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he sent me a video. And the video goes, they survived thunder. They survived this. They survived that. But can they survive? And then there comes me. Abi-Maria, the most annoying survivor ever. I was mortified. I'm like, oh my God. I thought I was going to be a hero. I played this whole game with a torn ACL. And then now I'm like laying here with a broken leg and I'm the most annoying survivor ever. Oh my gosh. And at the time, right before I had my ACL, what was the name of this football legend? I had met him at one of the LA parties. Like, gosh, I gotta remember.
Who did he play for?
Oh, he's a legend. I have
like Tom Brady?
No, it wasn't Tom Brady. But it was.
Is he like an older? Is he retired?
African American. What was his name?
What position did he play?
I know you're a football fan. Oh gosh. I have to go through my phone and I have to see what I have.
Abby, you're killing me.
No, and he took me out on a date and we went to Boa restaurant. And it was just, I swear, like crazy. What is the name of the guy? He plays for the Dallas Cowboys, and he's like a legend. He's like a big deal.
I can only think of like Emmitt Smith. Who else?
African American, big deal. When I told my boyfriend, he's like, what? And I have his phone number on my phone.
Wait. Okay, wait.
He's a big deal, and he was like a
Okay, hold on. What is happening here? Hold on. Okay.
You have your phone on you, but my computer's not working.
I'm gonna look up Dallas Cowboys famous players.
Dallas Cowboys. I don't know.
You went on a date with this man?
Yeah, he met me at a
Okay, not Emmitt Smith.
No.
Not.
He's a legend. He's supposed.
I think Michael Irvin is an announcer now. You did not go on a date with Michael Irvin.
Phone number. Like, when I had my ACL surgery.
You went on a date with Michael Irvin.
Yes.
Okay.
I have this.
Okay.
When I see you, Kelly, I'll show you. But yes.
Okay. Is he an announcer now? What is Michael Irvin doing?
He's like a very powerful man, and when you're around him, you feel like you're around like excellence. And we hung out with Janet Jackson that night. Just saying.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is going on?
Like, can you share that stuff?
Okay, you went on a date with Michael Irvin, and then you guys later, what'd you do? Go to a club or something, and you hung out with Janet Jackson.
No, I was at Boa in Beverly Hills. We had dinner at her table. I was just sitting there, just like, oh my God, yeah, that's Janet Jackson.
I feel like my makeup's running because I'm like my eyes are like watering.
Too much information. I can't deal with you right now.
Wait. Because I was just going to read something. This is one of the things that they say about Michael Irvin. No player. Wait, hold on. How can I not say this word right now?
Because you're talking to me. You got Brazilian doubt.
Epitomized.
Okay,
y'all. Wow.
Epitomized.
No player epitomized the swagger and confidence of the 1990s Dallas Cowboys quite like Michael Irvin.
It is Dallas Cowboys, so I was right because I remember everybody. Like I'm hanging. It was what's the biggest agency in LA? I was just out of Philippines. I was getting invited for all this CSA, like something like that. And I was there, and then this man comes to talk to me, and he's surrounded by like important people, and then he's just like, "Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. Can I take
this? Is your man? This is your man.
That's not my man. My man's name is Faz, but we had him. Yes, I've been on a date with Michael Irvin at Boa. So anyway, he got my. I still have his number. He got my number.
Okay.
He took me on a few dates, and then what's so sad is like. He knew I was going to have my ACL surgery. He came and visited me. I was living in Santa Monica at the time. When he saw my state of leg, he looked at me. He's like, damn, this is the worst thing that can happen to a football player. I'm very superstitious. I don't think I can see.
Okay, is this in between? Were you seeing Pete at this time? Or what? Was this
time? We had just gotten out of Philippines. It was in the beginning of it all. He was in the East Coast. I was here in LA. we're kind of talking, but we weren't exclusive. So yeah, like
you were living your
I was
best
living my best life.
Los Angeles life.
When my best LA life. So LA. So when these people are like, you know who he is? I'm like, I have no idea. And they're like, yeah, that's who he is. You let him take you out on a date, and I'm like, okay. He was very respectful. No D.
I'm sure.
No D.
I'm sure.
No D.
Okay. Oh Lord, we don't need to get need to get into that scandal.
Very respectful. I'll never very respectful. But he got very weirded out when he saw my ACL surgery. He's very superstitious. So and he was honest. He's like, oh, that's the worst thing that can happen to a football player or anyone in sports. So
yeah,
last scenes, and I never heard from him again. But I have receipts.
That is not
Pretty
something
awesome, right?
I had never heard this story before.
Yeah, I mean, that gives you a clue of how loyal and how I can keep things. And he's a great man, a gentleman, and he's a legend.
That's
and
amazing.
I've been on a date with Michael Irvin, and my boyfriend my boyfriend is a huge football fan, by the way.
Did you tell him this story?
Yes, he was like, I think he was coming when I told him. You know this man, and they're football players. They're fans. He's like, oh my God, you went what? Yes, and I met Janet Jackson too, and he's like, oh my God.
That's Abby. This is. I can't believe it's taken an hour and whatever change we're into the podcast for you for me to learn this about you.
You didn't even
this is amazing.
It. You're my friend. I just, I think that would be fun because I know you're a huge football fan.
I love football. I think that's amazing. My only football story I have is that one time I went up to a Seattle Seahawk in a bar and I asked him for a picture and he told me no. And I was like, well, fuck you then.
Well, I went out on a date with Michael Irvin.
So you are winning. You are winning. That's amazing. I have to go tell Arlen now because he's going to think that's hilarious and amazing.
I know. I hope that everybody that's going to be watching this podcast finds it amazing.
Girl.
And more stories to come if they get us both on season 50. Let's go.
Listen, this is just a taste. I feel like this was
Kelley.
I feel like this was like your Jeff Probst season 50 interview. You're like, this is what you're going to get.
More stories for you. They just have to put us on an island together.
Oh my Lord. I love this.
You gotta make it to the jury, girl.
Oh, I know. I'm dead that you're eating your grapes off camera right now.
I'm hungry.
Okay. I love you so much, Abby. This was so fun. Oh my God. I haven't laughed that hard.
All of the content, and it's gonna be
no, girl. I haven't laughed that hard, and I have not laughed that hard in so long. Honestly, I feel like this entire time I was just laughing.
So much. And,
I love you.
Talk to you soon.
Yes,
I'm gonna go make some dinner because I still have a boyfriend husband coming home from work.
I know. It is 5:45. Mine just got home too. I'm sure we got to figure out. He sent me 7 texts what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I'm busy. I'm sorry.
Life is real here, even though we play Survivor. We have real lives going on.
This is life. This is life. Well, I love you, Abby. Thank you so much. Okay.